I welcome you all students. Currently we are understanding about the classes. In the previous class we understood about the definition of the classes. We understood about the types and we also understood about the words of the classes which help in introducing the different classes, and we also understood about the noun class. In today's class, we are going to understand about the main class or the independent class. Then we will understand about the subordinate class and relative class. Okay, so let's begin. First class that we are going to understand today is the main class. Main class is also known as principal class. Principal class. It is also called independent class. Why it is called independent? Because it is not dependent on others, or we can say it gives us full meaning. Okay, for its meaning it is not depend on others. So let's understand independent class. Independent class. It gives us complete meaning. Complete meaning. It has a subject and predicate. When two principal clauses are joined together, we get a compound clause. We get a compound sentence. Okay, when two main clauses are joined together in a sentence, we get the compound sentence. We get the compound sentence. So let's see the example. And what is the pattern in this? What is the pattern? Here, subject plus verb. It gives complete sense. Okay, in these classes you get the complete sense. Subject plus verb, it gives the complete sense. Example. Let's see the example. Ram and Syam went to market. Went to market. Went to market. He as well as you were present in the party. See one more example. He is poor yet helpful. So here you can see that two main clauses are joined together in each of these sentences. You can see Ram and Syam went to market. So here there are two principal clauses. Ram went to market, Syam went to market. When you join them together, Ram and Syam went to market. Okay. Similarly, he as well as you were present in the party. So he was present in the party, you were present in the party. Both are complete sentences. When you join them together, okay, using the coordinating conjunction, then you get the compound sentence like this: he as well as you were present in the party. Similarly, he is poor yet helpful. So here it presents a contrast. These two sentences present a contrast. What are the two sentences? Or we can say clauses. He is poor. This is one sentence. He is helpful. This is another sentence. When they come together, then they are considered clauses. And these are the clauses of equal rank. Okay. So they are making a contrast. He is poor yet helpful. This is a compound sentence. So I hope you have understood what are the main clauses and how these are used. So let's proceed further. For the next class, this is called, the next class is subordinating class. So let's understand. Subordinating class. Subordinating class, as we have already discussed in the beginning of classes, that it's a class that introduces a condition, or we can say it gives you a condition. That's why it is also called conditional class, and because of such a condition, it is dependent on others for its full meaning. So let's see how it happens. This is the next one, subordinating class. It is also known as dependent or conditional class. Dependent class, or we can say conditional class. Conditional class. It is a class that introduces a condition. Which condition? This can be a condition of time, condition of place, condition of reason. Okay? That can be condition of time, place, reason. Okay, time, place, reason, etc. So what are the conjunctions? We have already understood about subordinating conjunctions in the previous class. We have understood what are the words which introduce subordinating class. So let's directly understand the examples. When he will come, when will he come is not known. When he will come is not known unless he comes here. I will not go. I will not go. Do whatever you want. Tell me why he came here. Why he came here. He worked till he got tired. So here underlined sentences. Here underlined sentence you can see in these are the subordinating clauses. Here it tells you when he will come. It tells you about the time, condition of time. Unless he comes, this is the situation. Okay, condition of situation. Do whatever you want. So it is also an option is given. Tell me why he came here. Reason, he worked till he got tired. So here also you get the time, you get the condition of time. So I hope you have understood what are the subordinating clauses and how these are used. Now we will understand about the relative clause. So let's understand. Relative clause. Relative clause actually tells us about the adjective clause, and there are certain relative conjunctions which are used in relative clause. So which are these? We will understand here which are used in this, which type of conjunctions are used, what are the relative conjunctions. So let's see. This is the relative clause. The relative clause it introduces adjective relative clause is a reference to adjective clause. Okay, relative clause introduces adjective clause, or we can say relative conjunction introduces adjective clause, or we roughly say relative clauses means adjective clause. It introduces adjective clause with the help of relative pronouns. Relative pronouns. So relative clause is a very common name for the adjective clauses, and here relative pronouns introduce adjective clauses. So it introduces adjective clause with the help of relative pronouns. What are these? Who, whose, which, whom, that. So these are used here. So let's see the examples. I met a man who claimed to be your friend. Who claimed to be your friend? The lady in green dress is my mother. The lady who is in green dress is my mother. Example: take the book that you want. Take the book that you want. The man with curly hair, the man who has curly hair is a stranger. So who has a curly here? Here underlined part, this shows that these are the adjective clauses, and adjective clauses are introduced by relative pronouns, and adjective clauses are also known as relative clauses. So I hope you have understood what are relative clauses, what are adjective clauses, okay, and what are relative pronouns. These are the examples, and before that you also understood about subordinating clause. So I hope now everything is very clear to you, and we will in the next class we will understand about other important things related to clauses. We will understand about restrictive and non-restrictive clauses also, which are a part of relative clause. Okay, so I hope you have understood whatever is explained here. And before I end the class, you just recommend the channel to your friends if you are a regular student, and if you are a new one, then you subscribe the channel. Keep watching. Thank you.